All right, Beisel Bros, episode 45.
45.
It's getting up there.
It's getting there.
This one was slightly tricky, but there's somebody's. What were you going to say,
Rick? Got the same one.
Yeah, there's somebody special.
I brought two. That's fine. Go ahead.
Me too. I always bring a hockey player because I can usually remember some of the old guys that we all loved from the 90s. But there's
it's the same one, 100%.
Yeah, I've watched the movie recently, and it's MJ. Yeah. Michael Jordan wearing 45 for that very small little stint.
When the gambling?
Yeah, the gambling.
Right.
Yeah, and the
father being clipped.
Of course.
Have you heard, like, and I think it's a real story. I remember watching him. I watched a clip on Instagram or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's playing a game, and the game he plays at meh, and someone goes, "Oh, that's not 2-3." And next game, he comes out, waits, full on get up the whole time, unzips, and 2-3 is out, and he goes put up like a 50 burger or something like that.
Yeah, just legend.
Yeah,
that is true. I was in the I think it was in the Last Dance documentary, which I also watched like fairly recently in the last probably year or so. But I also wanted to show. Did you have two, Rick?
I do have another one.
Okay, me too. One
I had 45, Jordan. That was honestly mine.
Okay. So
wearing that 4-5, but not to play games with you. It's to aim at you. That's Jay-Z.
Perfect. Awesome. Perfect, man.
Okay, great. Jay-Z made an appearance.
I'm gonna go a little bit of a hipster pick. Donald Audette.
Wow.
The Sabres?
Yes.
Nice call.
I was thinking so deep. I was like,
cut.
what player?
Yeah.
Because I've played Blades of Steel on N64 recently, which if that was transferred to the next gen, I don't think I wouldn't leave my house. I'd just be a whale playing Blades of Steel all day franchise mode. It was so ahead of its time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Audette, I think, was on like the second line of the Sabres at that time. Obviously, it had Hasek and Schmelik and all those guys that were like 75 over on their goalies, like 120 overall in the game. So
I remember playing NHL 94 when it first came out, and then realizing that like 70% of my time was spent making trades. I wasn't actually playing the game. I was just like
the very first day you get the game, whether that be at Madden or NHL, those are my two bigs. For the very first day, you spent hours putting the season together properly, making sure the game is 10 minutes, 8 minutes, or whatever you like, and then putting your team together. Like hours putting that team together, because then I'll always leave easy trades off. So it has to be like a real trade.
Right. And
like, nope, we won't take that trade. Oh God, I got to make a trade to get this guy, to get that guy. It was a struggle the first day I got the games.
Are you ready? My video game rankings?
Yeah, sure.
I've never played a PlayStation.
Hold on. You're talking 1, 2, 3.
I've never even touched a PlayStation controller.
Okay, interesting. What about Xbox?
I've never played Xbox. I haven't played anything since 94, 95, 96.
Super Nintendo.
Yeah. Genesis I had, yeah.
Okay, what about Sonic?
Genesis. No.
No Sonic?
Nothing. No.
What about NES, though? The regular
the original
Nintendo.
OG I had.
Okay.
That. Yeah.
Did you ever play Home Alone on the original Nintendo?
Good Lord.
It was one of the hardest games of all time.
You
have to survive 20 minutes
of them attacking you.
Yes, and you get little items you can drop, but they get faster and faster and faster. So, Randy beat it one time. We have an emulator at home. We have every NES and Super Nintendo game, so we would game that all the time, and you could actually save. So you could do like 5 minutes and take a break and kind of trying to recoup and get a new strategy. Yeah. But it's one of the best games ever. But you mentioned 94. That is voted still to this day the best hockey game
ever. Is it really?
94,
it was incredible, man, with the Whalers on it and stuff.
There's a reference to it in Swingers.
Okay, you're so money, baby. It's not me that's good. It's Gretzky. That's a great line.
But yeah, it was voted the best hockey game to this date. I think 09 is slightly better. But that's just maybe a little bit of bias, but it's like the skating mechanics, the saucer passing. Like if you actually know hockey, it's probably the best hockey game ever created.
See, I like 94 because you could skate behind the net, get the goalie to stick, and then it's Tuck City.
Yeah, Tuck City. Yeah, like Adam Banks.
Yeah,
exactly.
I remember fighting a kid in junior high because we made a deal before we played a whole series.
Yeah.
No tuck goals.
Oh, really?
And we're playing and we're like 15 and we're in there and we're sweating it out. tuck goal, and a fist fight broke out.
Okay.
Don't fuck around.
Yeah, I watched in grade 10. We went to Marie Antoinette. This is 2005, and we had like a full money tournament after the movie because we got the full day off if you were in social 20.
Nice.
And we played a full tournament of 94. Like we're talking like 7-game series, like just like pizzas in the basement. It's like one of the best
Just
days
crazy
of my entire life.
sellies when the goals go in.
Yeah, I think Russ Cortland scored the winner on Dallas. Yeah.
A rare mistake from a Beisel.
Yeah, Courtnall. What
Russ
did I
and
say?
Jeff.
Cortland?
Jeff was an Oiler briefly.
Was
Jeff
he?
was Geoff.
Yeah,
Very-
Jeff Cortnall.
Jeff with a
yeah.
G.
Yeah. This is Russ.
Yeah,
His
Russ
brother.
they
Russ
were
the
actually different hands too. Russ
Right and left?
was righty and Geoff was lefty, I believe. Geoff.
Well, which leads us into more puck for all the American viewers.
They'll
out
love
there.
it.
They must love it.
They love it when we talk hockey.
It's a good thing there's somebody in the front in the way of the door here because I would leave for this conversation.
Yeah, so there is something on Cool Bet that I wanted to mention as our, beautiful title sponsor
Of course.
that they are.
Shout out Cool Bet.
They put out odds today for where and when what team McDavid will be traded to during this current season. And Montreal was the overwhelming favorite if he were to get moved. And I know that there's thoughts in your mind that are involving bridges, maybe rope, but what were you
Undo the trade.
Yes. What were your thoughts when you kind of just glanced, and what team would you think he would go to? I know it's a little sacrilegious sitting in here, but what are your thoughts?
Don't trade Connor McDavid. What's the odds he stays with the Oil?
It's overwhelming favorite.
Okay.
Yeah. But Montreal's only plus 230, I think it was, to actually get him in the trade. Everybody else was like 600, 800, 1200.
I think the Leafs were like plus 375.
Yeah. So what do you, if he were to go somewhere, what do you think?
Anywhere.
Okay, perfect. Rick?
I don't know why you expect my answer to be any different than his. I think like if you had to place them somewhere perfect right now, the way their team is would be somebody like Montreal. I think they are built pretty well right now. However, you're going to lose 4 to 5 pieces off that team in order to make the swap, right?
Yeah.
Better.
Any team would be better off waiting and trying to get him as a UFA, which will never happen. But
yeah.
If I'm trading Connor McDavid to the Montreal Canadiens, I need 1987 Patrick Waugh back. I need 1955 Henry and Rocket Richard as a pair. And I need Cole Caulfield. And don't you dare ship them to me in today's condition.
you can keep Cole Caulfield. I'll take
Jean Beliveau is dead. God
I'll
rest
take
his soul. We need him to reanimate.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Larry Robinson to bolster the line.
You need Larry Robinson at his best. You need 1986 Patty Waugh.
Yeah, when he had the mullet and he got the Rookie of the Year and won the cup.
86. Yeah, that was
And Captain Kirk. How about Captain Kirk
Muller
for some leadership?
Is there a D-man like
Larry Robinson?
No, I'm thinking
like a 90s D-man? Like a Markov disciple, maybe a power play quarterback.
Eric Desjardins.
That's who I was thinking of.
Yeah, how many overtime goals he scored in the 93 Cup run? Like
he scored
5.
He scored a couple, but they, as a team, I think scored like 10 in that.
I remember that. That was against the Kings.
Yeah.
At the end.
Is that where Gretzky high stick Gilmore and they didn't call it?
That was in the series before
against the Leafs.
Yeah. Well, that was to go to the Cup, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So it could have been a Montreal-Toronto Cup.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Back then, I didn't hate those guys back then. I kind of wanted it.
If I'm Connor, I'm sticking it out here.
Yes.
Thankfully. But just in an alternate universe. Going to Montreal, if you're Connor, has like a respect of the game and the history of the game and shit, I would say as a extraordinarily disgruntled Oilers fan in this situation, it's one of the few fan bases that I think would appreciate him.
Yeah.
If you went to like Columbus, or just like, me, that's all they do in Columbus. Me, where's the cannon?
Yeah.
Me. Whereas like there'd be like 88-year-old Frenchmen that are on death's door that have been going to the games every year and haven't spoken to their wife in 20 years, despite sitting together.
Yep.
And they wear suits still to the game, and they still smoke.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, "Oh, Cornell, so good." I feel like they could appreciate what he's done.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I agree with you. Even like in my short time spent there, it's my favorite Canadian city, but all the fans, including the homeless guys with no teeth, are knowledgeable about the team. So I feel like they would appreciate. I think they'd appreciate him too. I just want to say this though. Do you guys know who has the longest shot to receive McDavid in a trade?
Calgary.
Rick?
I will go Vancouver.
No, it is Calgary.
That's fair.
I do want to touch this because this is a gambling show and this is all about sports betting, or well, at least sometimes it is. I think I'm serious. That bet could be the worst bet in the history of sports betting.
Betting on Connor to Calgary?
Yeah, it's plus 8,000.
Yeah.
Like for reference, you could take like a really established golfer that gets off to a really hot start. Like Peter Malnati this week. Like he got off to a hot start. You could have got him at probably like 200 to 1 while he was in first place after 9 holes. Like you're telling me, and again, we've talked about this, the Bubba Watson thing in Calgary, or sorry, in China when he just gets wasted, right? He's plus 320, misses the cut. He doesn't give a fuck. I'm serious. Calgary to receive McDavid is an asteroid coming through this window right now, just hitting this room.
Yeah, well,
is more likely. But that's what. But again, this is why sports betting is interesting, because I'm serious. That is the worst pick ever. You actually can find, as an example, Randy took an 80 to 1 live in the NFL to score. It was Rodriguez to score a touchdown after Jaden Daniels broke his arm in a blowout. And they just ran a draw 2 times in a row and the other teams let him score. That was 80 to 1. He put
2 more zeros.
$50 paid $4K. That's how crazy this shit is. That had a 50-50 chance. I mean, this is like an asteroid hitting this planet chance. But there's great at the same odds. So it is interesting to think of it as a mathematical perspective, how bad the value is on that trade.
It's crazy how in Montreal, you could argue they have just as much pressure as the Leafs, right? Not as many media necessarily, but like the expectations from the fans, the knowledge of the fan base, original 6 team, maybe not the media, but they also have the French media.
Yeah.
And they go crazy all the time.
Yeah.
I went to a game one time in Montreal at the old barn and was lucky enough to get to sit in the suite that the Habs have for alumni. So if you've ever played a game, you can apply to the team. And there was all these old men in fucking blazers sitting ramrod straight watching the game. That's a level of respect for your alumni that, never mind the NHL, most teams don't have.
Yeah.
And I think Montreal is a very interesting franchise for that sort of stuff. It's weird because they're like popular, but not popular in the rest of Canada.
If I have to say something nice about a different team in the league, it would be Montreal.
Yeah.
And that it'd be for that kind of stuff where they're just that organized. It means something to wear that sweater. It means something to put on that emblem like that. They're not just playing hockey, they're being Montreal Canadiens.
When they did the arena switch and had the torches, remember?
Yeah. To Saint-Hébert.
And they brought the like what?
I agree.
Gretzky's retirement game, we put him in the back of a Ford F-150 and drove him around the ice till he got dizzy. It didn't even occur to us.
It's true.
To do something like that.
It was like a 30-minute standing ovation. I was there. I remember that. Yeah.
But it was the worst. And he looked confused why he was in a pickup truck. He's like, okay.
It's Edmonton, man.
Ford, man. We can fucking got that Ford money, bro.
Yeah, Edmonton does some things right. And I think they're doing tonight's football game correct. It's prehistoric night. It's a rematch.
The Americans are going to love the CFL
love
talk.
The prehistoric night tonight.
Honestly, to everybody listening that doesn't know what the CFL is, please go find an opportunity to watch this game because I think you'll be impressed with the quality of football. All people want to do is just shit on the league because it's not the NFL and whatever. I understand that to an extent. However, this is still the second best league in the world. These guys are actually really good. I don't know one NFLer who left the NFL, came up to the CFL and dominated the way people think. I know some guys who've gone the opposite direction that were really good here, went down there. Cameron Wake was a 2-time defensive player of the year with BC, went down there and was a multi-time for the Dolphins, right? Yeah. The Calgary Stampeders popped out 3 quarterbacks in a row who all were all pro. You had Doug Flutie, Jeff Garcia, and I do believe Dave Dickinson down with the Chargers was an all pro. Probably through like injuries the way Shadeur was this year, but nonetheless, he was there. There's a lot of guys who've gone from CFL to NFL. I promise you, this is a game you want to watch. This particular game that we're referring to now, I'm so excited that we've opened up the upper bowl for this one. I know it's the one side. I get it. It's just the one side. Not a big deal. It's in the camera view. It's in the sun the whole time. It's going to be great. There's going to be probably 35 to 40,000 people there tonight. It's going to be awesome, and this will be a good game.
Yeah, it's a good sign, obviously, to have the bowl opened up. The second deck,
because you get something like just over 30,000 in the first bowl.
Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, these are kind of like old school attendances, which is really nice, right? So
we used to do this all the time.
I know,
any random game would be 40,000, 42,000, 45,000.
Yeah, when we were young, it was amazing, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to all the Labor Day rematches. I probably attended at least 75% of the home games every year, and I think probably the smallest crowd would have been like against the Argonauts. That would have been probably 42, maybe back in its heyday.
Yeah,
but it's interesting. Also, again, from a betting perspective, you look at the totals, and the totals from the first game of the season and the average total now has jumped 10 full points, the rule change. So if you took advantage of the overs, which is crazy because we had an under and it actually won. It was probably the only under that won the entire season.
Well, there's an under on Thursday. It was a bad game.
But the average total for these games like 57, 60.
These totals are college ball numbers.
I know, they're crazy, man. And to Rick's point, there's a lot of college stars that play at Ball State and Tulane and Navy that you've recognized if you watch bowl season or if you're a college football fan that actually now play in the CFL. Just like when Masoli came over from Oregon, obviously he was a criminal. He stole laptops. He somewhat beat women sometimes.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm just kidding. But he came over and he became a star. And he was a guy that was a big name at Oregon. He was one of the premier guys back then in some of these seasons, right? So,
question for you: what do you think Diego Pavia could do here? Because obviously he just got dropped again, so he's a UF like. Oh, at one point, he should probably look at playing ball, and you got to come up here.
I mean, he's the prototypical superstar.
Is he an accurate quarterback?
Yeah, 100%.
Because that's what this league needs. This league is a quarterback driven league. Yeah, it's a massive field. It's 10 yards longer than the NFL, and it's wider than the NFL. You have an extra player on the field, but it is you need a quarterback who is accurate and can move on his own feet.
Yeah, I think like just think about all the greats in the CFL, right?
They're all mobile.
They're all 5'9", just like he is, right?
Yeah.
And he has great speed. He actually has a strong arm. Yeah. And you have to think too, like Ricky Ray didn't have that strong of an arm, man. When he made the sideline throws, it wasn't like he was zipping it like Damon Allen was back in the day. If you watch old film or old tape or whatever, he is the absolute prototypical star in the CFL. Not only that, he's really strong too. He has like a running back base. His legs are like Martin Gelena's legs or St. Louis legs. Like he's like massive. He would be absolutely perfect. And the cool thing about him is he planned to be the starter in Baltimore. Like he doesn't plan to just lay down. Like he's ready to go. Oh man, if the Elks got him, it'd be unbelievable. We don't need him theoretically, but you always need
theoretically they do because let's face it, Fajardo's got one more year
exactly.
Left. But he was considering retirement going into this season.
Yeah.
When I think about our American listeners right now who are fast forwarding through this part of the show, the other reason to watch tonight would be that we had a Post Malone concert here about 7 days ago, and a hurricane hit the stadium and. Probably the most traumatic thing I've ever witnessed in the stadium's history. 25% chance it happens again tonight. And this is going to be the biggest attendance at the CFL, the Elks rather, for the last 3 years. 4 years.
Something like that.
So if we get Hurricane Malone a second time, American listeners, it might be worth watching.
Yeah, and maybe there's going to be some betting opportunities. Maybe the under in the third quarter because it's so windy. It's perfect, right?
I heard a hilarious
game going.
Hilarious story about the Hurricane Malone concert from our colleague Tyler Uremchuk. I'll tell his stories for him. He was telling the story of he went to the show, he walked down, there's like luxury suites on the concourse level, right?
Yep.
And Tyler's from Oilers Nation, so he's got a certain level of recognition in these streets. And so he's walking down, someone says hi to him. Hi, how are you? Yeah. And he's sitting there and he's watching the show and he's like, you know what? I got to go to the bathroom. So he's walking up. And there's someone in the box is like, Tyler. And he's like, oh, like waving like the queen, right? Hello. Do you want a beer? No, I don't want your beer. I'm going to do my own thing. So he leaves, not realizing there's a massive storm. Goes pee, I hope. And in the time coming back, people are now screaming and running up the stairs.
Wow.
And he's there with his wife, Amber. They're newlyweds. He still cares. He's like, I got to find Amber. And then as he's like the only guy going against the crowd, the door to this box opens and the guy's like, Tyler, get in here. And he's like, oh my God. So he like goes in. The guy shuts the door.
So it's like Jurassic
Hold
Park.
on. Where's Amber?
Hold on.
Okay.
Fuck Amber at this point, right? He's in the box. And he's like, it is getting so crazy outside.
Mm-hmm.
He sees Amber. He opens the door and like grabs her and pulls her in. But he's like, it was like zombie apocalypse, man. People were like screaming and banging on the door. And the guy who on the box is like, we should let them in. And Tyler's like, don't let anyone in. And then he's drinking beers. And he's like, but this wife, the wife of the guy who had the box, was so mean. She was like, what the fuck are you doing in here? And Tyler's like, oh, he told me to. You're drinking our beer? He's like, what the fuck?
As the apocalypse
it's all going on
this
around them.
chick is still concerned.
Yes. And Tyler's like, should I leave? Everyone is almost dead outside. He's like, you could hear people like screaming, like honest to God, zombie apocalypse had broken out in the game.
Yeah.
And they were feasting on each other in the fucking concourse.
On the concourse was just like horizontal rain, and it was flying.
Yeah.
It was just found its
They're
way
lucky
in.
they didn't have a stampede, man. Because there was chicks doing the scream they do before society fully collapses.
Right.
So they just
Crazy.
go, ah! Which helps nothing, ladies, I might add.
Nothing.
But if you're an American and you want to see a whole bunch of Canadians running for their lives, you might want to watch a CFL game tonight.
Okay, so you're
really
saying
hope
it's going to
there's
be
a storm.
that bad tonight?
Well, you never know.
Yeah, you don't know. In this country, in this city, it's been
this summer,
been crazy.
right? We've got atmospheric rivers, which only come when the ground hits a saturation point, where it's actually drawing moisture up while raining. And that's why your rain goes sideways.
Okay, so are you saying that it's not because of climate change?
No, it's because of HARPA.
Okay, so
government's weather
HARPA, and DARPA.
Oh, wait, sorry. HARPA is the convention center in Iceland. DARPA is the weather control system that the government invented in Alaska that we don't talk about, but it has its own power plant, so it's real.
You know what? This show flows so nice. I just want the viewers to know we don't prepare crazy.
There is no
for this
preparation.
show.
Yeah, the listeners right now are like, we can tell.
But it's crazy that Wanye, you've really segmented us into the next segment.
Perfect.
And which is because it's prehistoric night.
Yeah.
At the Elks Rough Riders game. What are the chances
a dinosaur reanimates?
Exactly. You've taken it right out of my mouth. What is the chances that dinosaurs are fake as well?
You think dinosaurs are fake?
I don't know. You know what? I wanted to talk to you guys about it because it's two neutral opinions. I haven't talked to about this in my life. And
was the question on the text?
Yeah.
All right.
No, actually, it's a sex-based question for you guys.
Go on. Dinosaur sex?
Dinosaur. Okay, but hold on. One of the biggest conspiracies is the dinosaur sex. How did they get around to actually getting it in and getting the job done? Because they're so big and they're some of them are so top-heavy. How do you actually get into the rhythm to get it all
That's a
going?
very, very good question.
Because think of just
something you don't want to know, because there's a lot of larger individuals out there.
One time on a bus, I saw
and they have children. They're somehow figuring it out too. So yeah, you just kind of put two of them together, close the door, and let them figure it out.
One time on the bus, I saw two morbidly obese people making out, and the guy was going like this to the girl's upper region, like he was.
Wow,
what is this action? Skipping rope?
I thought you were doing the wax on, wax off, like Miyagi.
But it wasn't like this. There was no honk. It was just.
Okay, so
they figured it out. Brontosauruses can figure it out.
But just think, just logically, just one thought. 2 T-Rexes. How is it getting done? Just a question.
Cannibals, mate. You know what I mean? Those uncontacted tribes in the jungle that eat every foreigner that come into the tent. They make it work.
Fair enough.
It's an interesting point. I mean, praying mantis is mate, and then the woman eats the the female eats the male.
Like she eats the head or whatever, right? She
T-Rex
chops
arms make no sense.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the concept doesn't really make sense. Aren't they
really
too? How are they upright?
But like I've been to the Terrell Museum. and
Okay.
seen the most insane fucking.
But do you know in the small print it does say bones made in China? Did you know that?
No, does
Did
it?
not.
Yes, it does. Okay, Wanye. It says bones made in China. In all museums across the world. Just read the fine print, man. Get those glasses on and tilt them down like a boomer and go read them. Exactly.
Is it really?
Yes. Bones made in China. So they say that the bones are so radioactive that the Smithsonian takes them away and they're too fragile to actually display. Those aren't the real bones. Just saying. Just saying.
Interesting. So there are real bones out there somewhere, but they're
No
making
one's ever-
replicas.
no
It's
one-
like the double Stanley Cups.
Yes. No one has ever actually, no civilian has ever actually seen the bones ever.
We probably shouldn't touch them, which is fine,
Yeah.
right? Because we're gonna break shit.
Yeah, just saying, just because it's prehistoric night, it's worth throwing out there that maybe there's something going on. I know it's tough.
I would say that they're, because it is Shark Week right now on Discovery Channel. I'm big fan of Shark Week. I really wish there was a megalodon out there somewhere.
I know.
That's my. But yeah, that's a dinosaur as well.
Yeah. But do you think though, Rick, like, when they went down to Mariana's Trench, James Cameron went in his little, his little submarine there.
Yeah.
It was at the Space and Science Center in Edmonton. I watched the IMAX film. I mean, they dragged the bottom of the ocean and just came up with samples. And they found like 200 new species and plankton and just, minerals and DNA of all sorts of different stuff.
Shit.
But that's what I'm saying. There could be something, because there still were fish. We're talking like 10,000 meters below sea level. Like we're talking like it's the height of Mount Everest is what? Like, I don't know. I don't want to sound stupid. But 7,500 meters, maybe something like that. I mean, Mariana's Trench allegedly, I think, is like almost double.
The band or the trench?
Both.
I see.
Yeah. Shout out to the Canadian band. Yeah.
The Americans
Mariana's
right now are
Trench,
like, what in the flying fuck?
I know.
Listen, this is the Canadian podcast today.
Exactly.
Now, I was on the river.
Yeah.
Somewhere in southern Alberta, and you come around a corner and you can see that there's a dinosaur skeleton in the riverbank that has eroded. Like it's something you can.
Okay, so are you a believer? It's
a very interesting question.
It is, because at that time Darwinism came out with obviously he was Charles Darwin, with evolution, right? And remember when scientists were cooler than like athletes and like musicians, right?
Yeah, thank God we put that chapter to bed.
Yeah, okay.
But remember, right? Scientists were like the guys back in the day, and there was two scientists. I wish I knew the names then, but they were going back and forth in a race to discover new species. And I think dinosaur means evil lizard or big lizard in like Latin or something like that. And anyways, they were going back and forth to see who could discover more species, and this guy ended up finding these bones, which again, you can believe whatever you want. I'm not going to disclose my opinion publicly.
Why not?
It's coming a little, it's really razor thin with that wall. We don't want to really kiss, right? So, until Palantir calls, I mean, we have to just kind of stay within the lines here, but especially with our new sponsor, Sparrow, right?
That's true.
Obviously, we wanted to talk a little bit about them. They've become very important in our lives, right, Wanye?
They have indeed.
And, we want to stay within the lines. I'm just going to say that there's always more than meets the eye. It's just like Draisaitl's lower body injury. It's the same thing, right? You hear a few things and then you meet with the Oilers assistant coach and he tells you the truth, right? So it's just, there's always more than meets the eye here. And it's fun to think about, just like Harpa and DARPA and every Icelandic queen that Wanye still thinks about, right? So
listen to this. Some of the lies were told, like there are no dinosaurs, I could see. I don't know about the specific one. Did you know that there's an ocean underneath the Earth's crust that is exponentially bigger than the oceans on the surface of the Earth?
And how do you know this is true?
I watch a whole documentary about it. One well-known region is the Mantle Transition Zone, roughly 410 to 660 kilometers below the Earth's surface. Research suggests the amount of water stored there could be several times the volume of all the Earth's oceans combined.
So is that why there's so much rain in Edmonton this year?
No, but when people are like, oh no, we're running out of water on a marble that's 5'6" surface water, and below the surface is another ocean. Shut the fuck up.
Wow.
There might be droughts.
How
There
do we
might
get
be
to that water?
You have to drill.
Well, what about, do you think Antarctica's maybe the entry point?
Well, we could go down that road if we want, but I mean, the good folks at Cool Bet probably aren't
Yeah,
paying
I
us
know.
to talk about what's really happening down there. But if the Earth has an underwater ocean bigger than the ones on the surface,
Yeah.
oil is a different weird one too, right?
Well, they say the bones are what makes the oil, right? The dinosaur bones.
I mean, ish, right? It's all the organic matter being pressed and
Yeah.
pressed and pressed by the volume of the new matter going
Right.
down, right? But the idea that we're like running out of oil, I don't buy it.
I don't buy it either.
I
But
don't
the
buy
thing is, I haven't made a purchase from the government like 15 years. Right?
Really?
No.
Not a flag.
No.
You haven't visited a national park?
I have, but if you know what government I'm talking about, there's kind of like, when there's a ray of light and they kind of cast something.
Sure.
Do you know what that kind of, what I'm trying to get at?
I do.
Yeah, you do. Can we talk about Sparrow
Yeah,
before
for
we
sure.
get into Harpa and all the other?
Yeah. I think
Please.
they'd probably want us to.
Yeah.
So there's a new co-working space in our hometown here in Edmonton on Jasper Ave, our main street, called the Brighton Block, which is a sick old building. We
Yeah.
went and looked.
Mhm.
Unreal.
Yep.
Shout out to Sparrow Co-working, our new sponsor of the show. Perched above the North Saskatchewan River Valley, Sparrow's Jasper Ave location inhabits 2 floors of the historic Brighton Block, one of Edmonton's most iconic buildings. If you are a small business person and you got to get out of your house because you've been working at home since 19, and you're like, but I don't want my own space in a dusty industrial strip mall where I'm next to a company where the secretary died 12 years ago and nobody noticed. That's how I feel about a lot of these office spaces. Sparrow, tell me how nice it is.
Like shocking, man. Completely shocking. Like it looks like the Count of Monte Cristo lives there. That's
Right.
how nice it is. Everything is like mint. There's lots of space.
Yeah. You can rent a one-room office.
Yeah, you
on
can.
up. You can
Yeah.
rent a pod.
The pods are cool too, man. If you're too embarrassed to make your cold calls, you just slip right into the pod and it's nice and quiet. You can't hear anything around you. People can't hear anything coming out. It's very private. It's comfortable. I mean, there's so many different options with, going there and maybe working there.
And the elevator has a window in it.
Everything is A1. Everything's A1.
Yeah.
Like I said, it looks like the Count of Monte Cristo lives there, or at least work there at some point in time. So
Thank you to Sparrow for your support.
Absolutely beautiful, affordable, and they have some pretty cool businesses already in there. So
This show will be moving over there eventually, correct?
Yes.
We'll have a new studio over there.
Yeah,
Things will look a little bit different on the screen.
Yeah, there'll be a lot more brick.
Yep.
I think. It's beautiful. It was actually quite shocking to go in there. So, so shout out to Sparrow as our new buddies on the show, the new sponsor.
And while we're at it, shout out to CoolBet for sticking with us since we launched.
Yeah. Cool Bet announced that they are leaving Alberta. I'm
Correct.
sure most people maybe know that by now.
Remember, it's all Americans.
Yeah, well, I think Americans are still okay for Cool Bet, as far as I know.
Yeah.
But we do want to thank them for sure. They've been good to us, obviously, and they provide some pretty cool lines. That was the only lines I could find for the McDavid thing was on Cool Bet.
I don't know if that's cool.
Yeah,
That's not so cool, CoolBet.
But you have to understand, though, there's a lot of guys from Toronto in that.
They're a very
They
Eastern
love-
Canada based. That makes all the sense in the
They go
world.
to bed every night looking at their futures bet of Connor
Exactly.
coming to Toronto.
But though, like Wanye, now that like Lauren Kyle, we believe is pregnant, right? So
No, we went over this the other day on Wanye's World. I said, I believe that one of the conversations when Mike Babcock talked to some of the big guys, he specifically told everybody, no weddings, no babies, no nothing till we get the cup.
okay,
The babies get married?
and sorry, no cell phones or
Cell phones are fine for now.
okay, but as long as he can go through them or what?
Yeah, we'll leave that one alone. But there's no full on concentration mode.
Really?
Yeah. No shenanigans. That's why Tristan Jarry announcing he obviously was not part of this conversation. He may get traded because of this.
Good.
We don't need a baby getting in the way of the Stanley Cup.
So is this like the McKinnon, no pop, no Coke, no soda for the
Very
American
much so.
fans? Wow, I love it.
Very much so.
I'm so intrigued by this, man.
And I said this the other day on Wanye show as well. I think it's gonna be hilarious because there's a big group of people who hate Babcock, and he could cure cancer and they're still gonna hate him. But he's gonna come here, he's gonna win the cup with us, and there's a chunk of people are gonna change their attitude about him. Like if you took a poll right now on how he's favored in this city, it's very, very low.
Mm-hmm.
Rick is lowering himself.
1 year from now, that thing is gonna be.
Rick is lowering himself down into like Connor McDavid's outside bedroom window, like Mission Impossible Tom Cruise, and they're getting amorous. And he knocks on the window. He's like, "No baby for you," and then he goes over to Leon Draisaitl's house.
They're not far
knocks
away,
on the door. There better be nothing going on in here today.
So hold on. What about? So there no sex allowed too? Like
No,
how
Rick is drawing
strict
a
are these
line.
and where did you find this out, Rick?
Between my ears.
Rick has drawn a line in the sand, and he is ordering no sex for Edmonton Oilers this season.
Okay, so it's like boxers, like 3 months before the fight, like they're not like physically allowed to come, essentially. Right?
Yeah, you lose some
your
of that.
edge. Yeah. Ah, interesting. Love
so
it.
no
man.
weddings, no more of this fucking shit. We're planning weddings. No, we're planning. Well, and I don't want to say that sentence, but I'll say it anyways. We're planning parades. All plan the parade. Nobody's planning any weddings. Nobody's prepping for any babies right now. We have one goal. It weighs about 35.5 pounds. It is silver.
More than that.
Nope. Google it.
Google it.
Yep.
It's in between my ears.
Google. What am I, a caveman? I don't Google. I talk to Claude. I talk to ChatGPT. I ask the Optimus robot that jerks me to sleep every night.
We have one singular goal this year.
Yeah.
It is not procreating. It is getting Lord Stanley and bringing it back home where it belongs.
When Cam Talbot had twins,
What happened?
I said out loud, he's fucked.
Thank you.
I don't care how nice Kelly Talbot is, his wife.
Yeah.
And he was out of the league, and then he was back in the league, and then he was good again, and then we didn't have him.
Well, look at Cassian, right? I believe he had a couple kids too, and he was like flying torpedoing guys in the playoffs. And he
17, he lost his edge after 2017.
But look at Scheffler. I mean, Scheffler, he doesn't even want to go home. Like there's like a famous like little meme type interview on like TikTok, Instagram. It's like when your wife called you 8 times. He's like, I just got off the course. Like, leave me alone. It's like, dude, there is something. I'm not going to get into the Scheffler thing. There's something going on with Scheffler too, man. But it might just be because he's got,
Do you think he's an alien?
Kids. No, I just think that like he's also losing his edge too, man, a little bit. He probably doesn't sleep very much. So, shit changes things, man.
Tiger's father once said the only thing that can derail his son's career is a wife and family.
It turns out
he was right.
And that guy used to bring a motorhome to Tigers junior tournaments to bang chicks.
Yeah.
So if you can't look to Earl Woods for how to put your life together, the problem is he did look to Earl Woods for how to behave. That's what killed him.
And
well, he can behave like that all he wants. It's the fact he had a wife and behaving like that.
Oh man, all of Tiger's scandals were largely after Elon dumped him. This guy,
are you talking like the Quaaludes and stuff? Yeah.
Doing drugs, getting a
that's...
D. But the real scandal of Tiger's life.
Yeah.
But the big one though was the 18 holes,
Totally.
right?
What?
Right. Well, the 18 different holes he had.
Yes.
He wasn't just playing 18 holes.
He kept 18 in the cupboard.
Yeah, like there were some holes that he also liked.
That's why he did
play
goat.
with. Yeah, he dug goat. Yeah, 100%. And with that, we'll see you next time.